Hello, everyone. Well, today is Wednesday. Of course, it's the last day of our Moodle meet on, or Seat meet as they're called now, on what's new in Moodle 2.5. And I thought I'd just go over a final few things for you to do today, a few tasks if you're able to. And the first thing I wanted to announce was this Blackboard Collaborate room. I'm going to have an open office this evening between 7:30 and 8:30. And you could actually get in at about 7 o'clock if you wanted to try your mic out or a few things. And that meeting is just for people that have questions or need a little bit more assistance with things, or you're welcome just to hang out if you like, but it's certainly not a required thing. It's just if you want it or need it, you can come in. I'll have my the room open to go in there. To enter the room, you just click this button and you're going to put in your details there. And it's 7:30 tonight that it's going to be, or 7 tonight you can get in there, and 7:30 tonight it starts. And you can see this countdown clock. This is the current time, Pacific Standard Time, that you can watch that if you're in another part of the world. Okay, you can see my facilitators lounge here. Our hidden facilitators is behind the scenes where we're making sure that everything's running as it should. That's how you know that I'm in it as myself. I wanted to show you the badges. So if I go under my administration panel, I'm in as a teacher right now. And I'm going to go to the badges, and I'm going to manage badges. Sue Hellman actually designed a badge that will fit in with the wings. And it's right here. This one was too long to actually fit, but she did this one here. And now if you earn your badges, you will have two badges. You'll have one with wings and one where it's the plain circle one, or disc or shield. I don't know how you'd say that. So you can download both of them or one of them. You don't have to. But you can if you like, one or the other or both. And you can also send one or both to your backpack if you have a Mozilla backpack to keep your badges. But I just wanted to show you from a teacher's perspective who's earned their badges. Might as well celebrate this, right? So I just click on the number. So you'd have several badges here. I've got two with the same criteria. But Zoraika, Rachel, George, Anne, and Fenella are our current badge recipients. And as soon as people finish all of the tasks that are required for the badge, you'll get a badge as well. And let's get on to the tasks. I'll show you those. Thank you, Sue, for doing the one with the wings. I'm sure people want that one as well. Okay, and I'm going to go down, and I want to show you a little bit of the workshop. So workshop, I'm going to be cutting off the late submissions today because we're really going to have to wrap that up. Everybody should get a chance in. We're in the assessment phase, but everybody should get a chance to get in there and grade people's work. And if you can do that, that means tonight during our live session, or during the live session that I'm there, I can turn off the assessment phase, and people can go in and see their grades sometime tomorrow. But that means everybody that's submitted something, if you could go in and finish your grading real quick, that would be great. You could do that. Okay, this is just behind the scenes. I can show you this later. If you come in for the open hours, you can come in and look at this. But just try and get into your grading. Get your things done today. This is the last day to do it. And I created a lesson. It took me a long time based on something I did for my master's degree. I did a networking lesson at one point. Networks, people, what's involved with them. And that's what I've done with this lesson. There's the computer networks. This is the one that I've created. And if you go in there, you can try it out. It gives you a running score and things like that. And this isn't for everybody, so I'm not going to go into too much detail. It takes a while with the recording going. So this is what everyone would see. They'd go continue, or they can end the tutorial. They want to quit the tutorial. But it says to me as the teacher that I'm not going to see a progress bar here because I'm the teacher. But if you go in there, you'll see a progress bar and an ongoing score that would be for you as the teacher, you as a student, but not as a teacher again. But I'm going to edit this and just show you a couple of things, because I did promise a small tutorial on this. Okay, and right now I've got this in collapsed form, which is good, so you'll see more. But basically, all it is a series of pages. Here's content pages and question pages that I've got here right now, and where they jump to. So this is like a book, but the book, remember the book resource, you had links on the side, or I think it was on this side, and just content pages. These ones, they will jump you automatically. Well, I determine as a teacher where you jump to from these. You can also jump to random pages and things like that, but it's a tutorial. So you're being guided through this, and then you answer questions, and you would be sent to either review another page or come back to the lesson and continue through. Now, I don't have a lot of questions there yet, but maybe you can help me with that, and I'll show you that in a moment. But basically, this is all about a tutorial, and you can go through it and see how it runs. But there's 3 branches. I've got the main start page, and from that start page, you would go into the 3 branches, and I'll show you what that looks like, even though you can explore this on your own. I'm a little reluctant to go through this in too much detail because you can play with it yourself and get a good idea of how it works, but it's slow with the recording going. So either as a teacher or as a student, I've left the side menu up, but I usually wouldn't have that displayed for this type of lesson. And I'm going to continue. And I'm going to wait. So a general definition to begin the lesson. Students look at this. It has some information here. It says computer networks, like all computer systems, involve 3 essential components: hardware, software, and people. And then they go next, and it's going to jump them right to a question page. Hopefully. I can see my thing spinning there, so you can't. It's off screen a little bit. So here's the 3 questions. What are the 3 essential components of every network? So they would go, they would have just read hardware, software, and people, and hopefully they would select that. But let's select a wrong one. And again, you can play with this, see how it works. And it says, not quite, would you like to try that again? And I would say, no, I just want to go to the next question. Well, I want to try it again, because I do know the right answer. And I know that that's hardware, software, and people. And this is randomly regenerated at each time, so they're always not going to be in the same order. Submit that. I'm up to 8 minutes, so I want to be careful. You're paying attention, good for you, and you can see it's color coded with green, meaning I got the right answer. And I didn't do that, that's automatic with the system. I'm going to continue that. And I should jump to the next section, and now I'm into hardware. Okay, and I put these 3 buttons here, and I'll show you how that works in a moment. But next just goes to the next page in this branch. Menu goes right back to that start page where I can select a different branch, a different direction to go in, and exits just to quit the lesson for now. So I'm going to go into Edit. I'm up to 9 minutes. I want to keep this under 12. So here I am. So here's the start, here's the introduction, and from that introduction I can jump to hardware, which has all of these pages in sequence. Or I can jump, that's the end of that branch, or I can go into the next branch, which is software. And from software, I look at, there's just a few pages with that. That ends with after communication software, network operating system, and software licenses, and that branch. And the third branch is people. And under people, I've got quite a few pages. And then that ends that branch. Now, what I could do, I'm starting to insert question pages after I show them a screen, and then give them a point to go back and review. There's many ways you could do this. What you could do is you could show them all the pages in the tutorial first and then send them off to a cluster. What a cluster is, it's kind of like a branch. A branch is content pages basically, but a cluster is question pages. So those questions can be randomly generated from that set of questions. So I'd make a cluster, for instance, on the hardware. I'd make another cluster for the software and another one for the people. So those would be three reasonable clusters that you could make. So again, a branch is just content pages where you're showing them content and you can ask questions within those branches. And a cluster would be either remedial, where you ask them a bunch of questions, and depending on how well they do, they end the lesson or they go to the next branch. So there's many ways you could set that up. So what I would like you to do, I'm going to go back. I've created the same lesson, and what I've done is made it editable by you, because all the participants now can edit that. And you can also change your role probably to a student, a participant, to look at it. But the editable, I can't say that word, editable copy is just below the one I was just showing you. So this one, everybody can edit that. And I'm just going to show you because I happen to be logged on as Queen Victoria again. And if I enter this one, I can just view it just like a student. If I enter this one, I can edit it. And just so that there's no confusion, I want to show you where you edit it. So there's the tutorial, and it says you will not see the progress bar. That means I'm a teacher, right? And if I scroll down, there's administration, and I can edit it. I can preview it, edit it, and grade essays. There are no essays in this one yet, but you may choose to put essays in there. And now I get these pages again. I'm in collapsed form. Collapsed form shows all of these pages in just sort of their headings, what kind of page they are, where they jump to. And I can add a new question page after that. I could add a cluster. Don't worry, I've got this backed up, so if it really gets mucked up, I can put in more. And you are also able to back it up, hopefully. No, you can't. Too bad. I will see if I can put that in so that you can back it up and copy it if you want to play with it on your own server or wherever you have access to Moodle 2.5 or higher. So the expanded form is just these lessons expanded out so you can actually see what's inside of them. It's just bigger and scrolling. This is quite a large lesson. Took me a while. Okay, it just shows you the jumps and things like that. You can import questions like from PowerPoint or from another lesson. You can add a cluster. Remember, that's a branch, but it's got all question pages in them. That's how that should be designed. You can have content pages within that as well, though. Add a content page, add an end of cluster page, and add an end of branch. So like my hardware branch, my people branch, my software branch, and add a question page. Mostly you're probably going to be adding question pages where you want them. So those are those pages all expanded. That was that question page there. Scores out of 3. I made it out of 3 because they had to remember 3 things: hardware, software, and people. So that's why I made it out of 3. But you can change that and just go through it in expanded format if you want to look at the lesson that way. Add pages, muck it up, and I'll make sure that you can back it up as well, and that there's a backup there for you. Okay, I think I'm going to end it there. Otherwise, you're going to get sick of me talking. It's already 14 minutes, which is kind of long. Maybe we'll see tonight, maybe not. That's quite all right. Really enjoyed this group. It's been a very good week for me. Thanks a lot, and hope to see you in other meets coming up. Thank you.